Fighting since 2014 has pushed the Arab world's most poverty-stricken nation to the brink of disaster. The U.S. is encouraging Saudi Arabia to do more to help Yemen. And President Trump is making it a point of emphasis in his foreign policy. More now on the situation from correspondent Jillian Turner.
When we cook food, there's not enough for the children, and we get up hungry. If we have lunch, we don't have dinner, and if we have breakfast, then we don't have lunch.
In Yemen, the Middle East's poorest country, the world's largest humanitarian crisis is brewing. With 75% of the population in need of immediate food and medical aid, and 11 million Yemenis on the verge of starvation, the UN warns of the largest famine the world has seen in decades. A senior administration official tells Fox News it's a top-tier priority for President Trump personally.
The president was very concerned about the humanitarian issues taking place in Yemen, the risk of cholera and the starvation that was taking place.
A 4-year-old civil war raging on in Yemen, pitting Saudi Arabia, a U.S. ally, against Iran in a violent proxy conflict. The president's congressional allies are hopeful he'll seize this moment to leverage the U.S.-Saudi friendship.
To his credit, the President of the United States on December 6th spoke up about this issue very clearly and indicated that the Saudi behavior must improve.
Saudi Arabia's military continually threatening to impose blockades at Yemen's ports, which run contrary to international law and U.S. national interests. But a hopeful sign this week as the Saudis rolled out a new humanitarian plan for the country. Humanitarian groups say President Trump must do more to assuage suffering and insist the situation demands urgency.
Those children could well die. Save the Children has said they think one child is dying about every 10 minutes already, and it could get considerably worse.
And just this week, a temporary month-long agreement between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia expired. And now administration officials are working overtime behind the scenes to keep Saudi Arabia's aid blockade lifted. The international community is standing anxiously by to see whether President Trump can cut a deal that prevents this crisis from becoming a catastrophe.